The woman I love more than anything in this world left me, not for a stranger, not for someone I'd never met. She fell in love with my own brother, the one person I trusted with my life. This is a story about love, betrayal, and a truth that shattered everything I believed in. Watch till the end, because what happens next will leave you speechless. My name is Ryan. I lived a quiet, ordinary life in a small town with my wife Sarah and my younger brother Josh, who was 2 years younger than me. Sarah and I had been married for 5 years. It was a love marriage. We met in college, fell for each other instantly, and built a life together. She was warm, funny, and everyone who met her adored her. Even Josh looked up to her like an older sister. Josh moved in with us right after our wedding because he'd gotten a job in the same city. I thought, he's my brother. It'll be nice having him around. I never imagined that decision would become the most painful mistake of my life. I worked as a regional manager, which meant I traveled a lot, sometimes 15 to 20 days a month. Sarah managed the house and Josh was around most of the time too. They got close. I thought that was sweet. Family taking care of family. Everything seemed fine until small things started catching my attention. The first time something felt off was when I came home a day early from a business trip. I walked in and found Josh and Sarah sitting close together on the couch, laughing about something. For a second, it felt strange, but I brushed it off. Brothers and sisters-in-law joke around, right? Then more things started piling up. Sarah's phone was always on silent. She'd sneak out to the balcony late at night to take calls. Josh started acting weird around me, sometimes overly friendly, sometimes completely distant. One night, I asked Sarah, "Who were you talking to so late?" She said, "Just a friend from work, nothing important." I believed her. 5 years of marriage, there was no reason to doubt her. Or maybe I just didn't want to. But there's a voice inside you that always knows the truth before you're ready to face it. And that voice kept whispering, something isn't right here. A month later, I had to travel again, Chicago for 3 days. I told myself, this time I'll pay closer attention. I told everyone I'd be gone 3 days, but secretly I changed my plans. I asked my friend Mark for help and came back 2 days early. Except I didn't go home. I wanted to see what was really happening first. From Mark's apartment, I called Sarah, disguising my voice slightly, and told her the trip was running long, that I'd be back the next day instead. That night, sitting with Mark, my mind kept circling one question: is something actually going on? Part of me hoped I was wrong. I wanted my suspicion to just be that suspicion, nothing more. But what happened the next day changed my life forever. The next evening, I quietly made my way back to my house. I figured I'd just check things out, see if everything was normal. There was a light on through the back window. I opened the door slowly. It was my house after all. I stepped inside, and what I saw froze me in place. Sarah and Josh were in the living room, standing so close there was no room left for doubt. Josh's hand was on her shoulder, and they were talking with a kind of ease that told me this wasn't the first time. The moment they saw me, they froze. Sarah's face went pale. Josh stood up like he didn't know what to say. I didn't say anything. I just stood there staring. My mind had stopped working. 5 years of marriage, my own brother, my own wife. Everything shattered in a single moment. Sarah started crying. "Ryan, I can explain." All I could manage to say was, "How long?" Silence filled the room. Then Josh looked down and said, "Bye. I'm sorry. We didn't mean for it to go this far, but we fell for each other." That night, I learned the full truth. It had started during my business trips. Loneliness, time, and one wrong decision. Slowly, everything changed. Sarah told me she felt lonely every time I left for work. Josh became her comfort. First just conversations, then spending time together, and eventually something that should have never happened. What hurt the most wasn't just that my wife had betrayed me. It was that my own brother, the person I loved more than anyone growing up, had betrayed me too. This wasn't just infidelity. It was the collapse of 2 relationships at once. I left the house that night. I didn't know where I was going. All I knew was that the home I had built my dreams around no longer had a place for me in it. The next few months were the hardest of my life. I didn't hide the truth from my family. I couldn't carry that weight alone anymore. When my parents found out, they were devastated too. Their own son's betrayal broke something in them as well. Sarah and I got divorced. Josh moved out, and a distance grew between us that may never fully heal. In the beginning, I was consumed by anger and pain. Sleep didn't come easily, but slowly I realized something. I couldn't keep punishing myself for someone else's mistake. I gave myself time, focused on my work, and started rebuilding my life from scratch. Today, 2 years later, I'm stronger than I've ever been. I learned that trust is fragile, and when it breaks, the deepest wounds often come from the people closest to you. This story isn't just about betrayal, it's a lesson. No matter how strong a relationship seems, without respect and honesty, it can collapse in an instant. If you ever feel lonely in your relationship, talk about it. Don't let silence create space for something you'll regret. If this story moved you, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments. If you were in Ryan's place, what would you have done?